What's up, geeks and gamers? It's Jeremy coming to you with another video, and today we are talking about this great article that I Am Robot Head. Robot Head is his fellow YouTuber, shared on Twitter, and I saw it, and I was like, this is actually really good. This is making so many valid points in terms of the sequel trilogy and how the First Order really sucks. It's really terrible. And it makes no sense. They're not intimidating. They have no plan. You can't wrap your head around what the hell they are, what the hell they want. And in comparison to the Empire, it's so bad, really bad. It's bad on its own, but then you compare it to the Empire, and it really shows how pathetically executed this entire sequel trilogy has been. But this is what happens when you have multiple directors doing each film, yet you don't have any communication with each director, and you're not sitting down all in a room together to discuss the sequel trilogy to Star Wars, because Kathleen Kennedy is an all-time terrible leader. She truly is an all-time terrible leader. But anyway, so this is from Hitfix. Uproar XX. I don't know how the hell to pronounce this website. Whatever. This is from Mike Ryan, the senior entertainment writer. A week ago, I wrote a piece lamenting that now, after 2 chapters in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, I didn't 100% know what the First Order and the Resistance actually are. And yes, he's talking about how we understand that they are organizations, yada, yada, yada. But what the point I like right here is the prequel trilogy isn't executed well. But overall, the story is interesting. Palpatine knows he can't just fight the Empire, or the entire Republic, and win. So instead, he infiltrates the Republic as a senator, then becomes Chancellor, then he guts the whole thing from the inside out, transforming it into the Galactic Empire. Instead of fighting the government, Palpatine collected enough power along the way to just become the government. Palpatine's goal was pretty clear. He wanted to be in charge of the government, and he succeeded. Now, contrast this with the First Order. What exactly do they want? If you go back and watch The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, the First Order didn't really ever reveal its ultimate goal. Do they want to run the galaxy? Well, I think we assume they do, but they never actually say that, and it's not really clear if they ever have the infrastructure to even pull that off. How big is the First Order? How much territory do they control, if any? No one knows. At least the Empire, we knew it was enormous because it was literally the government of the galaxy. Remember, the First Order isn't trying to wrestle control from the Republic from the inside like Palpatine did. They are attacking from the outside. Let's put it this way. In The Force Awakens, the First Order used a Starkiller base to destroy the home of the Republic, Hosnian Prime. In real life, this would be like a foreign power destroying Washington, D.C. If this happened, the United States would still exist, as there are still multiple layers of federal and local government still in place. A way to win against the United States is to dismantle from the inside. Now, he takes a anti-Trump remark because these people can't speak in full sentences or paragraphs without taking a shot at Donald Trump. So, whatever, dude. Not to take it head on. So we can assume once Hosnian Prime is destroyed, this is what happened to the rest of the galaxy. It's not like the people in Naboo are all of a sudden going to decide, well, I guess we report to the First Order now. So for the First Order, to win this way, they'd have to fight each system one by one, as opposed to Palpatine, who took over an already established government. Yeah, and see, we look for clues in the leadership of the First Order, as if they all want different things. First of all, we still don't know who Snoke really is, let alone what he wants. When Snoke speaks, most of his concerns seem to revolve around the return of the Jedi. He's obsessed with finding Luke Skywalker, so Skywalker can't return and train the new Jedi. Something we learn later, Skywalker isn't even interested in doing. Poor Snoke, his main goal in life was trying to prevent something that was never going to happen. The more I think about Snoke, the more I just feel bad for him. And Kylo Ren, at least in The Force Awakens, seemed more interesting and impressing his dead grandfather. The only member of the First Order leadership who at all seems to have any type of military goal is Hux. Well, in The Force Awakens, yes, but in The Last Jedi, he was nothing but, he was nothing more than comedic. He was a comedic beanbag for Rian Johnson. And I'm not going to continue reading all of this, but they're making very valid points. There's a lot to read here. It says, so going for the movies alone, let me see. Here's what I've determined is the goal of the Resistance and the First Order. The Resistance goal is to defeat the First Order. The First Order's goal is to rid the galaxy of the Resistance, and do that To do that, they had to try and destroy the Republic. These are weird goals, as if the galaxy is just running as normal and there were two little factions on the side battling it out for unknown reasons. Again, based on what we know, I'm not convinced the First Order even wants to run the galaxy. I'm leaning heavily towards the fact that they do not. It's almost like they just want to be respected, and their resistance is making that more difficult. It's so unbelievably bad. It's so bad. This sequel trilogy is so disjointed, and you had it. Like, you had everything laid out there for you. You had the original trilogy, you had the prequel trilogy, you had the Clone Wars, you had these things that you could build upon. And they just, basically, this seems like a bad attempt at a fan film where they're scared to use the actual rights of the Empire for copyright reasons, which we all know that's stupid because they own Star Wars now, but they don't want to use the Empire and the Rebellion, so they've renamed it the First Order and the Resistance, and they're basically just making a fan film without using the actual characters from the original trilogy. That's kind of what it feels like, but they don't have any understanding of where the story's going. The First Order is trash. It's nothing more than a Dollar General, and that's being kind to the First Order, a Dollar General version of the Empire at this point, where they and again, I didn't have any problem with this stuff in The Force Awakens, because I felt like the story was going somewhere. I felt like they had a plan, but they basically just took the stormtroopers from the OT. They did a slight redesign to avoid copyright infringement. Again, I understand they're not. I'm telling you what it looks like. It looks like a fan film where they've tried to recreate the original trilogy ideas, but not using the exact names and the exact likeness of what we saw in the original trilogy. It's kind of where we're at with this. It really is. And it's pretty pathetic and disappointing. But this is where we're at with Disney and Kathleen Kennedy's terrible leadership. Good job on that. Wow. This is bad. But anyway, thanks for Robot Head for sharing this article. Thought it was really well done, except for your on-point anti-Trump comment, because, of course, I guess you probably have a quota where, hey, we're going to talk bad about the sequel trilogy a little bit, but let's get a shot about Trump in there, and it offsets it. I don't understand why that even had to happen, but these people have their Trump deranged syndrome, and they have to speak on it no matter what. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and we will talk to you later. Hey everyone, it's Jeremy from geeksandgamers.com, and if you're a fan of Geeks and Gamers, please go to our website, visit our merchandise store. We have t-shirts, hoodies, hats, beanies, tank tops, and in the very near future, we're going to have many more products for you to choose from. So thank you for the support. We appreciate it. You guys have a great day, and we will talk to you later.